it's Destiny, and today we're gonna be building my Cyrene and trying her out with my characters. I'd love to know if you pulled for Cyrene or if you plan to pull for someone else in version 3.7. If you'd also like to see more content from me, consider subscribing, leaving a like to support today's video, and real quick before we get into today's video, I wanted to show you all a way to get cheaper Oneric shards, and I also wanted to say a huge thanks to Aniba for sponsoring today's video. Aniba is a website where you can purchase Oneric shards at a discount, and all you have to do is provide your Star Rail UID, select the pack that you would like to purchase, and well, bam, within a few minutes, you will receive the Oneric shards within your account, and now you'll be able to pull for your favorite characters at a discount. You can also use Aniba for other games as well, such as Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and so on. Aniba also has 10% cash back for your purchases. All you have to do is, after your purchase, go to your orders, claim your cash back, and now you can use your cash back on anything on Aniba's website. And if you would like, you can even get more Oneric shards by doing this. For those interested, you can check out Aniba using my link in the description, and now let's carry on with today's video. To start, let's go over my goals for my Cyrene build. I would like to get Cyrene to level 80, max out her light cone that I end up using on her, max out her traces, and lastly provide her with either 4-piece deliverer set or 2-piece speed sets, and aiming for the new planar set that came out or using Von Whack on her. For stat goals, I would like 180 speed or above, 50% crit rate, a good amount of crit damage, and lastly 5000 HP or above. Starting with leveling my Cyrene, I was able to do this immediately after pulling her and had enough materials and credits to max her out without any issues. For her light cone, I'm using Memory Curtain Never Falls. I may end up pulling her signature light cone though, depending on my luck, but for right now, her light cone will be Memory Curtain Never Falls. As for her traces, I did pre-farm a good amount of her needed traces before her release, so getting her traces maxed out was also a pretty smooth process. But now we have the relic. This is something I didn't pre-farm, so I had to hope I can get lucky with some of the relics I obtain and potentially synthesize. There's also an event going on right now that can assist with getting pieces for a character of my choice, so I did end up going with Cyrene for this, and my luck was pretty bad with this feature, unfortunately. Maybe I'll get better pieces down the line, but a lot of these pieces are just pretty mediocre in my opinion and won't really be able to provide me with the stats I'm aiming for on Cyrene. So to relic farming I go, and this didn't go so great either. I was considering actually giving up on using 4-piece deliverer sets at this point and just using 2-piece speed sets I already had, and potentially just using Von Whack, which would be able to provide her a pretty decent build, I would say. But I thought about it a bit more and I just wanted to try again to get better deliverer pieces on her and her new planar set, which I began synthesizing pieces and was definitely starting to get much better pieces now. Thank you, self-modeling resin. I also ended up getting lucky in getting Cyrene's light cone with the help of the free 10 pull we got the following morning, which this will help a nice amount for getting her to 180 speed or above with the other stat goals that I have for her. After some more painful farming and synthesizing and also continuously swapping between pieces in order to see if I'd be at 180 speed with 50% crit rate, I finally was able to get a very nice build on my Cyrene, and now we can take her into endgame. I'll also be unlocking her Eidolons for a future video, but for today's video, she will just be E0. Let's just see how this goes. And with Hyacine, we're going to use our skill. Now we're going to follow up here with Cyrene's skill and then also use Hyacine's ultimate. So there we go, we're getting more points of recollection for Cyrene, which is awesome. Little Ika's about to come in and attack, well bam! Now we're going to take a bit of damage here, but no problem. Now with Evernight here, we are just going to attack. Also use Tribbie's ultimate as well to advance forward, everyone. There we go. Now with Evernight, we will also follow up here with her ultimate. Boom! And another boom from Tribbie. Now we're going to take a bit of damage, perfectly fine. With Evernight, we will skill. Now we can attack with Eevee once again. 1 million damage right there. Now we can use Hyacine's skill. There we go. And now with Tribbie, we'll basic attack. With Cyrene, we will use her skill once again. Now we're going to get hit a couple of times. Perfectly fine though. Alrighty. Now with Hyacine, we will use her skill. I'll also just use her ultimate right here, deal a bit more damage. And boom, there we go. Now we're on to the next wave here, which is Flame Reaver. We are going to use Hyacine's skill here. There goes little Ika. Now with Cyrene, we can just basic attack. I'm gonna wait to get a bit more energy for our ultimates here, and we did get Tribbie's ultimate, so we are going to take advantage of that. Boom. And now with Cyrene, we will use her ultimate. I was so close to getting Evernight's ultimate, but unfortunately we were not able to, but it's okay. We're just going to give the buff here to Evernight. There we go. And I'm also going to use her ultimate here to deal even more damage and hopefully get rid of most of these clones here. Boom! 1.4 million. There we go. We got rid of the clones, so perfect. And now with Hyacine, we can use her ultimate. And little Ika. Boom! Now with Evernight, we are going to attack with Eevee. And now we'll also use Tribbie's ultimate here to advance everyone forward. And we got Evernight in front of Flame Reaver as well. Now what we could do is use the AoE attack with Cyrene. Boom. And we have another one coming in. There we go. So now Flame Reaver is on its second HP bar. I believe we should actually be able to clear this in the 0 cycle. So we could basic attack with Tribbie, use Hyacine's skill. There goes little Ika. 1 million damage from little Ika. Holy moly. Now with Cyrene, we're going to use her AoE attack once again. And now with Evernight, we will skill. And we can also attack with Eevee here. Boom! 29%. So we're looking really good. We can skill. Now with Cyrene, we can use her basic attack like so. Now what we're going to do is with Hyacine, we're going to use her ultimate. Hyacine, I believe in you. There we go. And now we perfectly have enough points of recollection to use another AoE attack with Cyrene, and we can finish off this fight. Oh, this is so beautiful. I love this attack so much. And boom, there we go. We were able to get a 0 cycle clear. And now taking a look at my Evernight team, here is my Evernight, and here are her stats. I would ideally like more crit damage on my Evernight, but for right now, this build is all right. She does have her signature light cone. For her relics, we're just using Bone Collection and then World Remaking Deliverer. And for her Eidolons, we also have an E0 Evernight. For Cyrene, here she is. I have already shown her, but real quick, I'll just show her stats and that she is also E0. For Tribbie here, we just have Dance 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 Tribbie. We also have Bone Collection and Poet of Morning Collapse. And then lastly for Hyacine, here she is as well. Which for Hyacine, we do have her signature. Traces are maxed out except for basic attack, and then for her relics, we're just using Giant Tree and Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder. And overall, I would say Cyrene is definitely a very fun character. I'm definitely going to try her out with the other Chrysos Heirs on my account just to have some more fun with them. She is a very nice addition here for my Evernights as well as my Casters. And I will be making a video soon showing off her E1 as well as her E2. I'm very excited to see the damage difference that Cyrene will be able to dish out with this E1 in particular, and then her E2 as well, being a very powerful Eidolon when it comes to being able to get more points of recollection when you begin combat, meaning that she'll be able to get her ultimate far sooner into a fight. Then also being able to increase the true damage from her skill zone by a max increase of 24%. I just realized my hat is in the way. Oh no. A max increase, as you all can see, of 24%, which means now her skill will be able to provide 48% true damage instead. So I'm really excited to try out these Eidolons, and I have some fun videos planned with them as well. So do stay tuned for those. But yeah, I personally love Cyrene's design. I think she's very fun. I like that she can provide the buffs for the Chrysos Heirs, but then she also has her AoE attack, and you can pick which one you would like to do. So in the fight with Flame Reaver, I like using the AoE attack, as Cyrene can dish out some pretty nice damage herself, especially with a team such as this one, where each character is essentially buffing one another. For example, when she uses her ultimate and enters the Darkest Riddle state, all enemies will take 30% increased damage during this state, which is essentially inflicting vulnerability onto enemies, and every character on the team can take advantage of this. In the case of Tribbie, she has the ult type res pen from her skill. With her ultimate, she'll also have the vulnerability, and if you have E1 Tribbie, you have the true damage on top of that as well. What Hyacine can provide for the team is the After Rain state, which will increase the max HP of all allies by 30%, which Cyrene herself is also HP scaling. She's HP scaling, Evernight is, and so is Tribbie, so they can all benefit from this. So overall, all of these characters are contributing in some way to improve the other's damage output. In the case of Cyrene, she provides damage boost for the team, the true damage buff, and then of course the individual buffs that she provides for each of the Chrysos Heirs. So overall, I feel like Cyrene is definitely a lot of fun. I've been enjoying her on my account, and I can't wait to share the next videos with you all. But yeah, that'll be it for today. I hope you all did enjoy today's video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye!